So till now we have learned about sigmoid and tanh activation functions. Even though these activation functions are really good, but there are some issues with them. Some of the disadvantages of sigmoid and tanh activation functions are: first, both of them face the problem of vanishing gradients. And second, since both of these activation functions involve power operations or exponential terms in their formulas, therefore they are relatively more time consuming. So in order to solve those issues, in order to tackle those issues, a new kind of activation function was developed, and that was known as ReLU. So ReLU is really good activation function and a very popular choice, and you will be encountering and using ReLU in most of the neural networks. But there are few issues with ReLU also, and in order to solve those issues, some variants of ReLU, that are PReLU, ELU and leaky ReLU, were developed. So in this video, we will be learning everything you need to know about ReLU. We will be covering what is ReLU, what are the advantages of ReLU, and what are the disadvantages of ReLU, what was the problem with ReLU, and how did the variants of ReLU solve those problems, and was the problem actually solved. So all these questions will be answered in this single video. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So formula of ReLU looks like this. Here you can see that whenever you pass an input to a ReLU, if the input is negative, the output will be 0. And if the input is positive, the output will be the same number. For example, if I pass 7, the output will be 7. If I pass 8, the output will be 8. If I pass -4, the output will be 0. If I pass -5, the output will be 0. If I pass minus infinity, the output will be 0. If I pass 29, the output will be 29. If I pass infinity, the answer will be infinity, because infinity is a positive number. So this is how ReLU function works. Here, if you look at its graph, you can see that for the positive numbers, the output is same, that is y is equal to x. The graph is of a straight line. But whenever the input is negative, the output is going to be 0. So here the gradient is basically dead. There is no slope here. So by now we know that whenever the input is negative, the output is going to be 0. That is, the gradients will die. Now let us discuss how this issue is really bad for us. So for example, we are initializing our weights, and to initializing our weights while training our neural networks, we are initializing our weights from the normal distribution. This means that half of the values will be negative and half of the values will be positive. So this simply means that when I will be passing these inputs to our ReLU activation function, therefore half of the values, half of the outputs are going to be 0, because the weights are negative here. So this means that even though the vanishing gradient problem of the sigmoid and the tanh activation function has been solved here, but we encounter a new kind of problem that is known as dead neuron. So in case of a dead neuron, the output is always going to be 0. So whenever we pass a negative number, the output is always going to be 0. That is, the weighted sum of the inputs is going to be 0. That is, the weighted sum of inputs is always going to be 0. So however, in theory, we can see theoretically that our ReLU activation function is not very good. But in practical life, whenever we are implementing our ReLU activation function in our neural networks, we get amazing results. So even though theoretically this activation function is not very good, but practically it works very fine. So if we talk about the advantages of ReLU, we can say that whenever the input is positive, there will be no gradient saturation. That was in the case of sigmoid and tanh. And also, since there are no power operation or any complex terms involved in this activation function, and in tanh and sigmoid you have seen that the formulas involve power operation, therefore this activation function is faster than tanh and sigmoid. Also, this function is not going to be zero-centric, therefore during the weight update it will be not that efficient. Now, in order to solve the dead neuron issue, variants of ReLU were developed, which are leaky ReLU, PReLU and exponential ReLU. And now I'm going to discuss each of these variants. So the problem with ReLU function is that of dead neurons. So in order to solve that issue, a new kind of ReLU was developed, that is leaky ReLU. So in leaky ReLU, whenever you pass the negative inputs, the output is going to be 0.01 multiplied to the input, and whenever we pass a positive input, the input is going to be same. So our function looks something like this. Now here, now you can see that in this graph, for the positive number, the graph is going to be a straight line, but when we pass a negative input, the graph is not going to be the gradient is not going to die. There will be some slope. So we can say that the left side of the left side of the graph is now non-zero. Therefore, the dead neuron issue of that region has been solved. Now let us discuss p-ReLU or parameterized ReLU. So in p-ReLU, the p-ReLU is very much similar to leaky ReLU, or it will be much precise to say that leaky ReLU is a sub case of parameterized ReLU. In p-ReLU, for positive numbers, the input is going to be same, the output is going to be same as input. But in case of negative inputs, the output is going to be AX, where A is a parameter, trainable parameter. If the value of A is equal to 0.01, this will be case of leaky ReLU. And there is one point to note, and that is that A is trainable. Now, even though theoretically leaky ReLU and p-ReLU solves the issue of normal ReLU, even though theoretically they have solved the issues of ReLU, that is, they have solved the issue of dead neurons, but even then they are not able to perform far better than ReLU. Their performance is comparable or equal to that of a ReLU. So whenever we are training a neural network, we don't generally specify leaky ReLU or p-ReLU. We generally use ReLU only. So that was all for today, guys. In this video, we learned about ReLU, p-ReLU, leaky ReLU, and in the next video, we will be learning about the other variant of ReLU, that is ELU, and also about GLU, that is gated linear units. So we will meet in the next video. Until then, bye bye.